ladies and gentlemen, first solved myth. I think. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it is. I feel like this game is not going to get another update, or maybe it will, but for now, I pretty much have gotten everything that there is to find. I've dug deep, and, well, not that deep. To be honest, this game's kind of short. Cenarton. Okay. I was right the first few times. Cenarton. It's a pretty interesting myth. I say that about all of them. I'm going to say that about every myth, but I don't really have any other words to describe it. It's basically about a group of 3, shall we call them, inhabitants of this sort of village town in the sky. And what's happened is that the creator, they call father, he's gone off somewhere. They don't know where. They've been trying to summon him back, and it has been working, which has led us to the events of this game. I'm going to give a little guide here as to what you need to do so you can get your silly little ranks for those of you who want them, for your silly little groups. I'm not going to get a dime out of this, a cent. So if you want to get to the analysis, just skip to the next chapter. And, into the guide now. When you first get into the game, just walk all the way to the sign, jump up on the left statue, and you'll see a button behind a tree trunk. Click that button, that summons the first bridge. Boom. If you want to go for some extra lore points here, if you do a little bit of tree parkour, you can hop onto the top of the sign there, and bam, you get that text if you look all the way back at spawn. When you cross the first bridge, hop into the house, and then if you type in all caps burn with a period at the end, a secret room opens up. That's where you'll find the next button for the next bridge, along with a bunch of notes, which we'll get to later in the analysis. If you hop onto the roof of the house and also go to the right ledge, you can see a little portal that leads to another world, but for the purpose of this guide, we're just going to skip it because I already went there, I already know what was there was just a little piece of text that allows you to get into this bunker here when you cross the next bridge. If you type in into the bunker, it opens up this little bunker area, and you sort of get to a point of, well, that's it. That's sort of where it ends, at least for that section of the game. And then finally, when you reset your character, come back to where the bunker was, hop up on the ledge, and then you'll find these burnt gravestones. And if you go to the very top here, you get this little piece of text, and that's basically the whole entire game. Now, the analysis. What exactly is going on in this little town? What has happened? What's this game trying to tell us? In the beginning, there were 4 characters we are aware of in Cenarton. Alright, the town. They are Centornal, Bentornal, and Rentornal, along with the creator, aka the father, that fella. And I'm pretty sure all was well. It was a fine, swell town. I mean, with it being a town in the sky, they got it pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. However, something must have happened. Because for some reason, the father, the creator of this humble abode, left, and the 3 of I'll just call them the 3 compadres, have to fend for themselves. They've been tasked with protecting the town, which I don't know what are you trying to protect it from, fucking pigeons or something? In the house, there's a secret room, and lined up on the walls, there's a bunch of paper, bunch of journal entries, basically documenting the events of what happened on the island when the father left, all the way from that day to, I believe it's 40-something odd or so days later. The 3 of them first tried to resummon the father. That didn't work out. At the spawn area, there's a broken sundial-looking device, and that was used to try and bring back the father. Rentornal must have snapped. Something happened. Because this man just decides, I'm just going to burn this place to the ground. If you go into the game with the graphics setting all the way up, you can kind of see little sparks of basically sort of flame. Like, at first I thought that was like a little ambient thing, like, oh, it's a little like, no, that's fire. The entire place is on fire. He basically talks about how Rentornal then tried to get rid of the 2 of them, Bentornal and Centornal. The game water stream, which is accessed through that portal that's on the right side, right ledge next to the house, you can actually find Rentornal's body. So he's dead. He's done. They then make their way to the bunker, for emergency reasons. And they have this... The false hope here is unbelievable. Like, it is their hope that the creator will come back is unshakable at this point. They even go as far as to write messages for him, basically. Messages that he's most likely not even going to see, because the town is going to be burnt to a crisp now. So they head to the bunker. That's when you see them in the corner, in two separate corners with two separate opinions. What I believe happened here is an argument. The final straw that broke the camel's back. Now nobody's friends on this island, in this town. Everyone's an enemy now. Cenarton is a grave. Or at least that's what the creator says. The reason that he left was because, for some unknown reason, he just didn't feel like the protectors of the town, the three compadres, would be able to satisfy his needs. He then decided to hit the road, and, well, now it's left in this state. And to a certain degree, I'd have to agree. I mean, it only took about, what, a month and a half for this entire city in the sky to just burn to a crisp. And it wasn't from any outside source, it wasn't from any outside attacker. It was, the wound was self-inflicted. There was something the father saw way before it happened. Now, whether it was specifically with all three of them, or maybe just one of them, I'm not 100% sure. Some people theorize that there's actually a third game that's currently not actually made yet, but is going to be the conclusion of this actual myth. Almost all the questions that matter really are solved. Where the father went, that doesn't really matter that much. Why Rentornal snapped, that's a little bit more prevalent. However, I feel like it's pretty self-evident that being on this island with nothing to do, no purpose, could drive someone insane. I was actually also researching to see if this maybe was based on some true events, which, let's be honest here, town floating in the sky, there's no actual town like that. However, I did find some very similar towns with some striking resemblances. One of these towns was actually, these are all abandoned towns, by the way. Well, these two towns. Centralia, Pennsylvania. Sort of, it's not a mining fire, but they used the abandoned mines as a dumping ground, and apparently there's many theories going around as to what caused this fire that still rages on to this day and could rage on for another century. While it isn't similar to the fire in Cenarton, because, well, Cenarton, again, is in the sky, not a mining town per se, but it is abandoned, and it was burnt to a crisp by a fire. The second abandoned town, which these are both mining towns, Whitnum, they were mining asbestos, and, well, I really shouldn't have to say why this town got abandoned, being a mining town centralized around mining asbestos, but alas. The thing about this town was, up until 2018, there were actually still 3 residents that were living there, which, similarly to Cenarton with the 3 compadres, however, the residents of this abandoned town were kind of just like, hey, we want compensation for our housing. I don't want to go on for too much longer, but it is an interesting point to bring up. What they were tasked with guarding a town, but it was a town in the sky. What were they guarding it from? I have this running theory. There are numerous Mona Lisas around in the town of Cenarton. Now, I do believe that these are sort of a way to pay homage, pay tribute to the actual father. Like, it's a stand-in for the real person. However, the Mona Lisa sells for a lot. Like, hella bread. Many Bobucks to be made here. So basically what I'm trying to say is, okay, well, when Rentornal burnt down the town, right, they still had, remember in the bunker, they still had the Mona Lisas up. Sell all those, outsource all the services that you need to repair the town, and then you'll be good. Because, like, they have so many Mona Lisas, they can just sell them all. So basically, this town is extremely rich. The problem is, how are they supposed to improve the population unless they're able to reproduce asexually? Asexually. I don't even know what that means. Let's go find out. I see. Hot. Guys, I'm joking. Seriously, don't post this. Don't tell my parents. I swear to God. I don't got no catchphrase. I had to resist the urge not to argue with a little child on Call of Duty Warzone. Bye.